Jay, last one, I promise. Deon Nicholson scores a big win, the biggest win of his career. Huge step up because Earl Newman has been fighting on the world-class stage under those lights, especially under the PBC lights.
And had a stellar amateur career and has been a sparring partner for guys like Better BF and those guys.
Yeah, no, I've physically watched him spar Keith Tapia myself. That being said, what did you think of Deon's performance?
I thought he looked good, considering he's been off a little while and he only fought a month ago and only got one round in that fight. I thought he did very well. I think Deon has a tremendous future in front of him. He's a tough kid and he really wants to fight. He's still got some learning to do. But I think this was just what he needed. And just so that we're clear on this, I judged that show, but I did not judge that fight. Obviously, I was not going to judge a kid.
And you advised Deon.
Yeah, I was not going to judge a fight of a kid that I have worked with and all that. I wouldn't do that. So I sat that one out, of course, just so that people don't get that confused. But yeah, I thought the scorecards were right on. I was scoring it. I had 97-93. 96-94 was fair as well. But I thought Deon closed the show, and I thought he had a really good start, first part of the fight, and a really good end. And Earl came on in the middle like a veteran, like a veteran should do. So the question for me with Deon is, are we better suited at 75? That's really kind of what I'm thinking. The reason I say that is because Deon's at the worst possible weight. Probably his strongest weight is 190, and so he's fighting guys that are weighing in at right at 200. And then those guys are coming in the ring 212, 208, 209, 210, 212, and Deon's coming in at 192, 193. And that's a lot of weight. Earl Newman, like every round, he was getting bigger. You know, by the end of the fight, he looked a weight division bigger than Deon did. So it's not easy to go from 190 to 175. So I think we're probably going to try it and see if in 2 months' time, can Deon comfortably get down to the low 80s, and if he can, then we would probably think 75, because at 75, if he's got his strength and he feels good, he's a huge guy and a strong guy. You got to remember, Sean Porter fought his amateur career and even to the Olympic trials at 165, and I would have thought there would be no way you could, because Sean Porter didn't have an ounce of fat on him at 65. I'm like, how in the world are you going to get him down to 47? Like, seriously? I was thinking 60, maybe, and then 54. It would really be a stretch. But they got all the way to 47. He got used to it with a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, and he's comfortable, at that. So, can Deon Nicholson kind of be that same thing? I think we'll see.
And would you get him a fight like at 185 before, taking a 175 fight?
Ideally, that would be a great thing to do. See,
maybe an off-TV fight again.
If we could catch weight it and say, let's fight an 8-rounder, let's find a good opponent, winning record, and let's like Deon's 13-0. Let's find somebody 18-5, and let's see how we could do at 80, like make the weight 82 or something like that, and just see where we are and see how he feels, and then go from there.
Now, I spoke to Coach Cuz, Demarius Hill. He said that Deon has had one fight at 177, and they remember him looking strong. Do you remember that fight, and can you give me any insight?
I'd have to think about which fight that was. I've promoted several of his fights, probably the majority of them to this point. I think he's had 13. I probably have promoted, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 of them, and been involved in others. I don't remember which one that was. But it could have been when he fought down in Biloxi another time and he knocked a kid out in the first round. And I remember that kid weighing in about 175-ish, so that may have been when Deon weighed 177.
So, do you think he's going to have to hire some outside help, or could you guys get him down
No,
here?
we could do it internally. We've got a good team here, and we're on a good streak, and our guys know what they're doing, and we could take a lot of discipline, but if he wants to go to the top and he wants to be world champion, then discipline's part of the job anyway.
Yeah, I would agree 175 would be a better weight class, not because he didn't take the power well or he didn't hurt his man, because he did almost a lot in that fight. Just the height. I mean, a lot of cruiserweights are 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2", So, I mean, even though he made that height it didn't look like he was the shorter man the way he was landing that jab. Good fight. Very good fight.
Very good fight. And I thought on TV and the fact they interviewed him, that was great. I think he got some show people. He's a charismatic kid, and that he's got personality and he's got a great story. Coming out from prison and all that. I just think he's really a good and intriguing story and a really exciting fighter.
So my last one is: have they called you already? Because you're the advisor, and will you say no? I hope that you do, to Efetobor Apochi, because I know you say you didn't watch it, but the entire telecast is all they was talking about was matching him up with Efetobor Apochi, which trains with Ronnie Shields. He's a cruiserweight himself. He's about 8-0, 8 KOs, Nigerian.
It's possible. We're not running from anybody. Really,
I know, but if you want to go down,
it really depends on how the weight thing would work. And how we would feel. If that's what we want to do, we'll go that way. If not, we'll stay up. It just depends on where it goes. If we get to 85 or 82 and he's exhausted and sluggish, then we just make our move at 200 and go there.
So would you not?
Feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.